Hello, Randy Rain here, and this is an Okito doll. Now, an Okito doll was made by Tobias Bamberg, which he was born in 1875, and he was a famous magician through this time. And that was back when the people like him, who was from the Netherlands, pretended to be someone from the East, and in this case, someone from Japan. And he called himself Okito, which was an anagram of Tokyo. So, anyway, this was one of his tricks, the Okito doll. Well, there's been many versions of it. This one's mine. The difference is mine is made out of foam rubber, and I actually call it a magic poppet. Now, the mold I used to make these things has just about had it. It is barely hanging on, so I need to make another one, a better one, so I can keep making these little magic poppets. Let me show you how I do it. So I looked and I looked for the original little poppet thing that I made here, but I cannot find it. I have no idea where it is, and I know it's around somewhere. So I guess I'm just going to have to cast this in plastic and clean it up. Maybe this mold will last one more time for that, because it is falling apart. Oh yeah, I can make this work. Alright, I'm going to try to cut that off without having to go to the shop. Oh yeah, that works. Yeah, that's fine. It has such a dry feeling to it, so I'm going to try beeswax. There's also little air bubble holes here that I'm going to try to fix with this, my little wax pen here. This is sculpting wax. I got a couple of pieces of wood here and some toothpicks, which are also a couple pieces of wood. I'm going to soak beeswax into them. Alright, now I'm going to take sticky wax. There. This is just some thick black paper I have. I'll go with there. I've got some extra pieces of rubber here I can shove down here. Yeah, I had to put some popsicle sticks up here when I started vacuuming it. Yeah, I wanted to spread open. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it all the way around, and that's because I plan on using this for a very long time and a lot of pores, and opening and closing it, it's eventually going to tear anyway. So I'm going to do the outside real wavy to make registrations, and then I'll go more straight when I get to the piece. So I got a new knife here, new blade. So now that I have a new mold, I'm going to show you just how bad of shape this thing was in. I can just tear it. I can just tear it into pieces. So I need a good color brown, and I'm going to have to make it. I've got some different iron oxide, which that's just pure iron oxide there, and green and yellow. Now I need to lighten it up. Start with that. Okay, so we'll first take some black. Just kind of hit the high spots, which will be the deep spots. And I'm going to be using foam rubber, and this stuff that I'm using is incredibly strong, and it will easily pull this mold apart if I don't really wrap it up. You can also take like popsicle sticks and like run them underneath here. That'll really reinforce the center. For this, I'm using the Flex Foam at 17. This is a very dense foam rubber. A little back pressure. So yeah, you can see that this foam is very, very strong. There's nothing you can do to keep from getting the flashing. You can just figure out ways to minimize it. And this one came out really good. That one's got a lot of flashing. But you can also see how much I over poured. See how much I over poured in here. So the amount that you pour in has an effect on it as well. And that's why you can't really use rubber bands on the molds, because it'll just stretch the rubber bands. Rubber bands are fine for, like, you know, plastics and stuff, but this stuff is extremely powerful when it starts expanding. I just take a pair of cuticle cutters is what these are. These are for your cuticles here. And it's okay if it leaves a white spot where the foam is showing through. That's actually even better. So when you cut it here, you've opened up to a whole bunch of little tiny little bubble pockets. It just loves to get dirty. And then any place that you did, and all the flashing that you cut off, all those little white spots, well, they're gone. Kalima! Kalima Dulce! Now you take the poppet and you place it in your hand and you treat it like a small child and you imagine it growing up. It's becoming a child. It's learning to stand. It's becoming an adult. It's rising. It's rising all by itself, coming to life. Now go and destroy my enemies. Well, I haven't got that far yet. It's a few more bell rings, a tambourine, and I'm not sure. But anyway, Halloween's coming up, so I wanted to get these out. I needed a new mold. So there it was. If you enjoyed this video and you want to pop it, well, you need to hit the like button, and then you need to go down to the inscription down there and check out raincloudmagic.com. That's where I sell these things. Anyway, I want to thank these people right here. These are patrons. These are people helping me out. These are people allowing me to bring you fun stuff like this. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, of course, go check the links and hit the like and all that stuff. Anyway, Kalima. Kalima. Kalima Ruste. Kalima.